All right, so hey, another live. I'm on here with Carnivore today. Why? Well, because I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago. I got my blood done, got the results back, and I just want to share a couple of things with you and then talk. First of all, I want us to know that we all are going to die someday, and we all know that. But why is it the doctors run chasing you out of the building saying, you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to die? Don't tell me that. If I'm worried about my dying, then nothing you say is going to make me stop dying. All right. The doctor has a right to their opinion, and I have a right to mine. All right. And my doctor, again, I read my numbers. I got home. I got thinking about it. I talked with my family. They asked me, what did I think about it? I said, well, it's going higher, but I'm not worried. And then I started doing some research. And when I started doing some research, I also realized that thyroid situations, problems in my family run on my mother's side of the family. And my siblings are on thyroid medication. My mother, when she was in her 30s, had her thyroid out. And so I called my doctor. And no, I didn't, excuse me. I had some paperwork I was taking to my doctor, and I stuck a note in with it. And I asked the receptionist, please ask my doctor to call me when she has time, no hurry. So my doctor called me, and I said, look, and she started saying, right after I said this, I said, I want to get my thyroid tested. She said, Paula, your cholesterol is way too high. You've got to do some statins. You've got to get on statins. You've got to get that cholesterol down. And I immediately interjected, listen, I also know that thyroid runs in my family as a problem. And my mother, my brothers, my sisters, my dad all had thyroid problems. My grandfather had a goiter. I said, I want my thyroid tested because I just got done researching, and I found that when a woman's cholesterol goes over 500, that in most cases, or actually, I think they actually said all, but I'm going to say in most cases, it's a thyroid problem. Well, yeah, hello, this was my thyroid this time. Excuse me, my thyroid. This was my cholesterol this time. Cholesterol, 612. And then it said the cholesterol to HDL ratio was 7.8, which is up, okay? Then it said my HDL cholesterol was 79, which is also up. All right. But then on the back, I don't understand all these numbers. People who do can tell me. But LDL cholesterol calculated, 514 high. The non-HDL cholesterol, 533 high. Triglycerides, 81. 81, all right? That's really good. Then it says VLDL cholesterol, 19. It's supposed to be below 29. It's at 19. That doesn't sound all that bad to me, although if you go and compare it to the previous year, the total cholesterol was 342. The triglycerides were 96 back then. The HDL cholesterol was 61. The VDL cholesterol was 16. So as you can see, the numbers a year ago were better, all right? And then it said the LDL cholesterol calculated was 265. Well, calculated here is doubled, all right? The year previous to that, it also says my cholesterol was 495, and the ratio was 6.3. And again, the numbers are all high. And the triglycerides then were 91, and the VLDL cholesterol was 21. But I've said numerous times and done videos numerous times saying that I'm not worried about my cholesterol numbers. I really believe, and I think, which they have taken the TSH thyroid test just a few days ago. The results are in. I haven't had a chance to talk with my doctor yet about them. But then I also told her that if there is a problem there, then I want the T3s and the T4s done. And so I've got to do some more research because I got to have some knowledge, some ammunition when I go in there. I like having ammunition because when you start talking to them like you know what you're talking about, they have a tendency to listen. But listen, I got a big pet peeve right here, right now. I tried to get in touch with a functional physician or a naturopath or whatever you want to call it. Well, my insurance, of course, they don't accept. And being a senior, I don't have the money to pay for their visits. I asked what the cost was, and my goodness, I couldn't have even dreamed about coming up with the money to go in, even to just get the blood test done. But anyways, uh, where's the doctors when you really need a doctor? Where are the doctors that have compassion for people, that can help people in a pickle like myself, that just aren't out there for the money, but they want to help people to have good health? I've taken care of my own health for all these years, and I don't want to be stuck with being put on statins if I don't need to be on statins, and I really don't feel like I need to be on statins. I just need to find out what the problem is. I told my husband, these bodies are kind of like a car. You take it to the garage, you say, well, this is what's going on with my car. And the first thing they do is they want to start with the biggest thing, like the engine, instead of like maybe, some little thing like the battery. It's always the major thing they go for. And it's the same, I'm sorry, when you go to these medical doctors, it's always the major thing first. And they don't try to consider that it could be anything else that could be leading up to the problem. And I have been told all through my life that I had high cholesterol. But I also was told once in my life, when I was in my 20s, that I had signs of, in the future, having trouble with my thyroid. And so I started losing my hair, by the handfuls, about, I don't know, 5 to 8 years ago. Every time I took a shampoo, I'd lose a handful of hair. The last 3 or 4 years, my nails will break, chip, split, and even peel. So that tells me there is a thyroid situation going on. That's only one of many symptoms, all right? All right, so there's my pet peeve I wanted to talk about, is I need a doctor that I can just call and talk to and say, look, this is what I'm going through. I don't want to go through meds. I've never put meds in this body. Over the last 40 years, there's been no medicines in this body except for maybe a once in a great while an ibuprofen, like when I had some teeth out. If they said, if you need anything for pain, take an ibuprofen. I think I took one, and that was it. But the fact of the matter is, why would I want to poison my health when I've got good health? All right. The functional doctor we had talked about. And then, like I said, when I started to talk to my doctor about the thyroid, all she wanted to focus on was that high cholesterol. And I said, look, if you get in there and you find out that it's my thyroid and we start working with my thyroid, then it will change everything. Because the thyroid, as we know, is kind of like the thermostat for the whole body. It just kind of keeps everything else in balance. And so I think she found out she's got a tough nut to crack here. But anyway, so that's my thought about the cholesterol. And yes, the numbers are high. And yes, they're bound to be. And yes, I'm on carnivore. And lately, what I've also been doing now is, I had stopped doing it, is I'm trying now to add more fat, even though I eat fatty cuts of meat. I'm thinking, well, there are times, like, for instance, I get really stressed, especially with these doctors always wanting to push statins on you. And then I went through a real stressful situation in the last week. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to start doing some more butter again, because when I did the butter, I felt better. If I was a little bit hungry, I didn't feel like I was starved. I just wanted to take the edge off. I'd eat a little bit of butter and I'd be fine and I'd be ready to go. And so I've just increased my fat. I'm going to keep doing my carnivore, and I'm going to just do what I know what is right to do. And I'm sorry I don't have anybody on here today, but I hope that when I put this video up, I will get some comments and some replies from some of you out there. And if you're having the same situation I am, I'd like to hear from you. And if you happen to know how I can find a good doctor that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg to go see, I'd like to know that too. I found one doctor, he's about 60, 70 miles from here. I haven't called him yet because I'm afraid he's going to tell me the same thing that these functional physicians, or whatever you want to call them, tell me, that it's going to be an outrageous amount. And there's no sense of me in, trying to even travel 75 miles when I don't have that kind of money. And I also don't like to keep bothering doctors to ask them questions because I don't want them to think I'm just trying to waste their time. But you know what? I watch all these doctors on YouTube and I enjoy their videos and all that, but I haven't seen evidence of any one of them ever trying to help somebody like myself who's in a real pickle, who's being pressured by her doctor to go on statins, who's never taken medicine in her life before, and seems like some doctor could just give me a jingle and say, look, let me help lead you through this. Let me help take you step by step in what you can do, you know. Anyways, that's my pet peeve slash high cholesterol slash thyroid problem situation that I have going on right now. And I'm not here to grumble and complain. I'm just here to make a statement. I'm tired of fighting with doctors. And I told my daughter, I said, I'm right at the place now that after this last visit to the doctor, I don't even think I'm going to do an annual checkup anymore. If I lose my insurance, I lose my insurance. But I'm sick and tired of having good health. All my other numbers are fine. All my other numbers are beautiful. So why would I want to disturb all my other numbers just to try to get my cholesterol down when it's really not a problem as far as I'm concerned? Dr. Chafee and other ones out there have said, they wish that people would just stop talking about the high cholesterol. I wish they would too, but guess what? You can't stop when you got people hammering on you all the time, meaning the medical profession, about your cholesterol. How do you fight back if you're not the doctor? If you don't have all that much knowledge? I have knowledge, a good general knowledge. I also have knowledge that I feel better. I told my doctor, I said, I feel better today than I did when I was 50. And she looked at me and she goes, you do? I said, yes, I do. I have more energy now. I said, I feel and look good now. My skin is good. I just went on telling her I get 7 hours sleep and I never got more than 3 to 4 hours sleep before. And so I said, I am doing so much better. Well, you can't argue when a person says to you, you're doing so much better. How can a doctor argue with that point? When I can say, look, what I'm doing is working for me. I am not changing. I am not changing. How many out there are with me? All right. There's a lot of you I know that have high cholesterol, just like mine, 512 now. And I want the results on that thyroid test. And if I have a problem with that thyroid, then I want to get the iodine. I don't want to buy that iodine. Again, I can't just waste money. I'd buy it and just start taking it. And then, of course, we know you're supposed to check with your doctor before you do things like that. But I got a good clue that my doctor's going to tell me I'd be wasting my time. So I just need to know when I get the Lugol's iodine and start taking it, I really think that's going to make a difference. But I have to have somebody with that wisdom come in and give me some advice as what I should do. And I hope that this video will go viral. I hope that this plea that I'm making will be a plea that maybe many of you have made that nobody's heard. In other words, there are people out there like you and I, normal, everyday, hard-working people that need to still have a good doctor, but you cannot pay for a good doctor because it costs so much to go to a good doctor these days. And so now you need insurance, and most people won't take your insurance. So how do you go to a doctor? So that's my video for today. And I've been dying to get this video out for a week, but I've just been so busy, haven't been able to do it. And I told my husband today, when I get home today, I need to do a video because I've been wanting to do a video. So thank you for stopping by. Again, let me know your comments below how you have handled your situation, how you even found a doctor that you could work with. My doctor is semi-good. She realizes, and she's told the medical professions above her that's in control, she's not going to take statins. They keep telling her, just give her a statin, she'll take them. She said she will not. She keeps asking me. I keep telling her, no. She said, I know that, Paula, but I have to still say, this is what they want you to do. So they can want me to do it all they want, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not worried about those numbers. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend that's coming up. I want you to know that we've got sunshine and 90 degrees today here, and I love it. So you all have a good day and be blessed. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you now. Bye.